our demo tonight. Seamless as always, our technology, I tell you. We tonight are having a look at the Thermomix TM6. Now, unless you've been living under a rock, well, or just don't get Thermomix news as much as us, because we're living and breathing it at the moment. But yes, unless you have been in the dark, you will know that Vorwerk have released a new Thermomix that is coming. I'll just get you to mute if that's okay, Joe, and maybe Anne. I'm just getting a bit of feedback. Thanks, guys. Anyway, new Thermomix coming soon. So we will be taking pre-orders for our new TM7 next month, which 3rd of April is the day that you can put your money where your mouth is and order yourself a beautiful new TM7. But good news is that we do have lots of TM6s still available. So if the TM6 is for you, then this is the perfect time to get a TM6 as well. So I might just grab you to put up the current offer for me, Shane. Thank you. I best we tell them the price. It is $2,579. All the bits and pieces there that you can see do come with the Thermomix at the moment. But the next slide along is the best ever bundle deal, which is our offer that we have at the moment. Thanks, Shane. So at the moment, the TM6 is coming with over $1,000 worth of bonus gifts included. We've just got Laurie in the chat in the waiting room, Shane. Thanks, Star. So yeah, great time to be looking at a Thermomix. Depending on which one floats your boat, you can have the TM6 with all the extras, over $1,000 worth of bonus gifts for the 2579. Or you can wait and pre-order your TM7 if you love having the bright new shiny new technology and all of that. You can order that on the 3rd of April and it will be 2649. So it's just going up $70, I think it is. Just quick math, I think it's $70 or 90 maybe. 70 or 90, 70. Joe's given me a thumbs up on 70, so I think it's only $70 extra. But just so you know, with the TM7, you're not getting any extras, okay? So it's only the TM6 that's coming with all the extra bits and pieces. So that's a really great time. Either way, I think it's a great time to be looking at the Thermomix at the moment because the choice is yours. So you can choose which one you want to have. So without further ado, we are going to get cracking. And tonight I'm making a chicken teriyaki, which is one of my favorite TM6 recipes. It was new with the TM6 and it's a family favorite. It is a really quick dinner. So if you're looking for quick dinners, this is a go. And a couple of people in our questions this week wanted to know about the cutter. So the cutter attachment is obviously one of the, I didn't even go through the $1,000 worth of extras, but I'll do that later, what they actually are, because I'm just saying $1,000 worth and you probably don't even know what they are. But one of them is the cutter attachment, okay? And a couple of people wanted to see how the cutter works because they're just tossing up between the 6 and the 7. So it's a very quick demo of the cutter tonight, but I just thought I would run a couple of my veggies through the cutter that I'm actually going to use in tonight's dinner. So without further ado, I'll show you how the cutter works. So basically, same bowl, your blades are in there. You just pop in your cutter shaft in here and you pop your bowl in on top of that, and then you just choose, oh, we've just got someone in the waiting room there too, Dylan. You choose your cutting, so you're either slicing or grating depending on which side you go for there. And tonight I'm going to slice, so I'm going to go slate for slicing, grey for grating, and I'm just going to go over to my modes. Look at us go here tonight, Shane, with all your cameras working. And I'm going to go for slicing. And I'm going to do, the first thing I'm going to do is just a piece of garlic, and I'm just going to do it thinly. So I'm just going to go round to thin. Oh, no, thin is where I want to be. And I'm going to drop it in. And there we go. I'll show you that quickly. I'll just leave that in the bowl, but that's done. And as you can see there, we've got thin, oh, look at that. They're so thin. Thin slices of garlic. Is that one of our children about to kill the other one up there, Shane? Or is that some animal outside? Either one. Who would know at this point? Anyway, look at how thin that is. It's like paper. That's the garlic. Oh, that's really garlicky. And then I'm going to do my carrots on the thick slice. So everything else stays the same. We put our carrot in, we go thick, and we just drop it through. I think it's a child. Okay, and we're done. So you can see how quick that is. Even though you have to chuck this in the dishwasher, I think it's still quicker than cutting it up yourself. So there's our carrots. Oops, there we go. Thank you, Shane. I should trust you. And that's our thick slice. So you can see that that's a bit thicker than the thin, but just a nice kind of thickness for our carrots. Anyway, that's the cutter demonstration in a nutshell. We could flip over and we could do grating. So very much like a fine grate, like a really finely grated Parmesan, or more like a chunky grate like what you're used to seeing like grated cheese when you buy it at the shops. So I'll just sit those over there for the time being. Always remember to take out your cutter shaft. That's a top tip. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my Thermomix. I might get the door shut, Shane, please. I'm going to go back to my Thermomix and I'm going to go into my week. Sorry? Oh, excellent. Good. I'm pleased that you can't, but I can, and they're being very, very naughty. I don't know what they're arguing about, but it's pretty bad. We can't hear them. Oh, thanks, Joe. And hi, Isabella, or Isabel, just Isabel, not Isabella. Good, welcome. You've only missed the start. You're all good. Okay, so I've told the Thermomix what we're cooking, and this is looking a little bit different because we've had a little update on Cookidoo. Did you see that today? Did anyone see that today? No? So it's just selected in there, and then here's our recipe. Cookidoo's had a facelift today, and it looks beautiful. And apparently, it's going to be a lot easier, a lot more user-friendly. So if you don't know what I'm talking about with Cookidoo, I'll come back to that in a second because I just need to get this started. So chicken teriyaki, let's hit start cooking, and we'll start chucking our ingredients in and getting our chicken going. Oh, we need to be back on 0 before we start going with our olive oil. Rookie mistake. Always back to 0. We'll go a little bit less because I did start it a little bit. I did start putting it in a little bit early. Rightio, now this recipe, it's a great recipe and it only calls for 250 grams of chicken. So it's a really, really budget-friendly meal as well because it does actually make quite a big dinner. You could serve it with noodles or rice. You can really make it stretch. The 250 grams of chicken really stretches in this meal. I'm just going to grab my thermo server, walking out of the picture. But like I was saying, Cookidoo is our recipe platform. So that's where all of our recipes for the TM6 and TM7, the Cookidoo part is going to be the same. So trying to give you a bit of a comparison tonight. In saying that, I've seen the TM7, I've had my picture with it, but I haven't actually cooked in it yet. So really, I only know the basics of what they have released, the differences. And that was actually one of our questions tonight. Tell me the differences between the TM6 and the TM7. And after tomorrow morning, I'll send everyone an email. Jo's just had a check of Cookidoo and she loves that they've updated it. I know, it's so pretty. I'll send you guys an email saying thanks for coming to the demo and everything. And If you're watching the recording, just let me know and I can send it to you as well. And it will actually come with a little comparison chart, okay? So you can have a little read about, this is what we know so far that the TM7 is coming with. So I'll pop that in the email so you can have a look at that yourself. But Cookidoo is staying the same. So it doesn't matter which machine you've got, your Cookidoo will be exactly the same. And the changes that they've made to Cookidoo is the user friendliness. So it's more like some of these social media apps that actually know more about you than you know about yourself. And, you know, they suggest things that you'd like to watch and you just keep watching. That's what Cookidoo is going to have. That technology is in Cookidoo. So it's like, okay, Gemma's cooked the teriyaki chicken last night. I reckon tonight she'll be interested in this, and it'll show me recipes that it knows that I'm going to like or whatever. So it's very exciting. It only came today, so I can't really tell you if that's how that's going so far. But yes, yeah, Jo's saying she loves that they've updated Cookidoo. I know, it's so cool. But Shane, can we just do the Cookidoo screens? I'm going to have to update my Cookidoo screens because these don't even look right now, but I'll just explain a little bit about Cookidoo while that chicken's cooking. So cookidoo.com.au, it's our one-stop shop for all of our Thermomix recipes. So every time that there's a recipe made for the TM6, it goes into Cookidoo. It is a subscription service. You do at the moment get, well, this is a bit convoluted, but you do get a free month when you sign up. You get a free 3 months when you normally get your Thermomix. And at the moment, you get another 12 months for free on top of that. So once your, 15, once your 16 months is up with Cookidoo, Cookidoo is $89 a year. So it's probably one of your cheapest subscriptions that you'll have as well. Within Cookidoo, you can create your own recipes. You can modify existing recipes, and you can also import recipes from the recipe community, which is where anyone can make and upload a Thermomix recipe. And then you can drag it over to your Cookidoo and then have it step by step on your Thermomix. So that's a really good one for people who are good cooks or have, you know, grandma's recipe that they want to convert or whatever it is as well. Thank you, Shane. Meal planning. This is the best thing, I think, about Cookidoo. So we have got our meal planning app inside of Cookidoo. It helps you obviously decide what you're going to cook every night, but also then make a shopping list, do your online shopping from there. It connects to Woolworths that you can do online delivery or click and connect. And we also have an app, which means that you can take your Cookidoo with you to the shops if you haven't been super prepared and you haven't got your recipes ready to go. And you can just pretty much go to the Woolworths like you're taking all your cookbooks to Woolies with you, so that you can be walking around and decide what you're going to cook in the aisles. And I've already gone through that, $89 a year. Free 3 months, but then also free 12 months as well. That's part of your $1,000 of extra gifts at the moment as well. Rightio, we've got 24 seconds. Oh, and what do we do about Cookidoo? We, every single month, we've got a couple of different options for you to also learn more about Cookidoo. So one of the best things about the Thermomix is the after sales service. So we're always learning and there's always more to learn as well. So every month we do our Cookidoo sessions. So you can register for that. Once you've got your Thermomix, you can register for your Cookidoo session and come along and learn more about Cookidoo with us. Now I'm using my tongs to grab out my chicken. So our chicken is cooked. That has cooked on high heat. And this was one of the new things that we got when we got the TM6. Obviously, we're keeping it for the TM7. But when we first got the TM6, this was the new thing we could do is cook on high heat, which means that we could cook chicken like that in 5 minutes. I think it was 5 minutes, was it? Did it have 5 minutes then? I think it was either 4 or 5 minutes. But yeah, and we cook on a really high heat and we brown our meat. We can brown onions and all of that. So now I'm just popping that chicken into my thermo server to keep warm while I do my next step. And I'm going to go next. It's going to tell me to scrape down the side. I'll scrape the bottom, which I'm just going to give it a little bit there. We've got a little bit of chicken there. I leave a little bit of chicken in there to make my veggies taste even better. And now we're going to pop in our sliced sliced onion, eschalot, but I did garlic today, and our carrots. But I'm just going to go all in there with that. Tonight we're having an extra garlicky version. And that's another good thing is that, you know, this is guided cooking. You are still in control of what you put in. So it doesn't necessarily know that I've added a little bit extra or a little bit more or, you know, a different ingredient as well. Carrot I've done. Snow peas. I'm doing beans because I couldn't buy any snow peas today. The ones that were there looked terrible and I nearly need to remortgage the house to afford them. So I just left them there and got some beans instead. And a bit more oil. Okie dokie. And lid on. I'm just going to skip past that because I want to be able to see that moving around. Excellent. And we're back on high heat. And now that's going to use the little bit of juice that was in there to sort of start cooking those veggies, but also steam them a little bit as well because we've got to have that steam coming off that little bit of juice that was in the bottom. Rightio. Show me another slide, Shane. What else can I talk about for 4.5 minutes? Host rewards, great. And we have got a lovely host on tonight. Thank you so much, Anne, for inviting your friends along again to have a look at the Thermomix. And with our host rewards, we love rewarding our Thermomix owners who share the Thermomix love with their friends. So just for inviting your friends along to an online demo, you get a little discount link to be able to buy something at a discounted price. And if one of your friends decides to buy the Thermomix, you actually get a further discount or even a free item in some cases. And you will see the thermo server, just checking if Shane's still with us. You will see the thermo server is on our host reward. So this is the only thing that you need that doesn't come in the $1,000 bundle. Okay, so let me talk about the $1,000 bundle because it is amazing. So you get, and I'll see if I can remember. Oh, look, you're going to go to the picture. I can only see half this picture, Shane, so that's not very helpful. But you get a second bowl blade and lid, which is probably the most useful thing that you'll have once you've got a Thermomix, so that you can have one in the dishwasher, one using it, or one sweet, one savory at the same time, whatever you want. You get a blade cover peeler, which is really good for your slow cooking dishes, which Anne had a great question about that, which I'll come back to, Anne. And also the cutter and spiralizer. So the cutter that you've seen be used tonight that does the slicing and the grating, but also the spiralizer that fits into that attachment that does the zoodles and the ribbons as well as the glider board, which my Thermomix is on here, which means that I could move it around the bench, and a 12 months extra subscription with Cookidoo. Did I cover it all? Is that everything? Joe's giving me a thumbs up again. That's great. I love having you there as a check, Joe. I can see you tonight. It's great. So that is over $1,000 of extras that come with the TM6. Everything you're going to need, except you still will have to host at least once and get yourself a thermo server because you can't buy these. You've got to host to get those, okay? However, with the TM7, they haven't even made the cutter spiralizer for the TM7 yet. You're not getting extra Cookidoo. You will just probably get your 3 months, I would say. The glider board is actually built into the TM7, which is a fun fact. So you won't need a glider board, but you are getting obviously lots of extra bits and pieces with the TM6. We will have to wait for those with the TM7. Eventually it will have the capability to use those. And these TM6 parts are not interchangeable with the TM7. So if you're really into cutting, grating, spiralizing, spiral potatoes, spiral carrots for salads, all that kind of stuff, zoodles instead of noodles, then the TM6 might be a better option for you as well. Anne had a great question, which is she's been loving cooking sous videing in her TM6. So sous videing is, I don't even have my blade cover to show you, but sous videing in the Thermomix is the blade cover goes in over the blades. We fill with water. We pop our protein, so meat, chicken, lamb back straps the other night at Anne's house, in a cryovac bag and then in the water bath, and we cook for a long time at a low temperature. And that's sous videing in the Thermomix. Now, another thing we can do in the Thermomix, very similar process but without the water, is slow cooking. So again, the blade cover on top of the blades, and then obviously fill up with, all your ingredients, usually tomato based, or similar. And you can do slow cooking. So Anne wants to know what is my favorite slow cooked recipe. And I think it would have to be the twice cooked pork belly is my favorite. But good news is, go to Cookidoo and look for the slow cook collection, and there's heaps of recipes there for you to have a look at as well. Rightio, now this is going to, our veggies are done, and we're going to put them into our thermo server. I've been looking forward to this dinner all day, let me tell you. I nearly need to bring my online demos forward a half or an hour or so I can have dinner at a reasonable time, don't I, on these nights? Okay, so it does tell you to get it out with the, did that one say to get it out with the, it didn't actually, so we can just pour this out now. It doesn't care about a little bit of juice in the bottom. There we go. There's our, look at that. How good does that look? So vibrant, all those colours. So they're just cooked perfectly. They'll still have a little bit of crunch. That broccoli's not like Grandma did it. It's still got like a nice bit of crunch in it. But we're going to put the lid on that. And now we're going to go next. Same bowl. We're going to scrape down the sides. It's telling you we don't need to wash the bowl or anything like that. Do not clean the mixing bowl. That's my favourite step, I think. We don't want to have to wash it when we don't need to. And now we're going to make our sauce that we're going to pour over that. I can't see that, Shane. So I've got 10 grams of ginger and this one, I think it says 4, but as I was just saying, there is only 250 grams of chicken in it. So if you wanted to, you could go back and do another 250 grams of chicken if you really wanted to bulk it up more. But it does go a long way. Wait until the end and see how much it makes, because it's really impressive. And you obviously could serve it with rice or noodles, or I guess even zoodles if you had a spiralizer. Radio. Now we're scraping down the sides. Now look at what that's done to my garlic and my, I'm not even going to have to pick it up. Gosh, I love this camera. There's my garlic and my ginger. I don't have to pick it up and try and show everybody. Good work, Shane. 10 out of 10. Sometimes the technology works. We should be thankful for that. Radio. Now I'm going to go in with my, I'm meant to have tamari, but I'm just going soy sauce tonight because I didn't have any tamari, but that's okay. Tamari normally can be substituted with soy sauce. It doesn't really matter, I don't think, unless you're trying to really impress someone. And I need a couple of spoons, doll. Some honey. Thank you. 30 grams of honey. A little bit extra honey's never hurt anybody. That'll be fine. Get that off there. Delicious. I need another spoon now. radio honey, some corn flour, which I'm actually using arrowroot flour tonight, but you can use just any normal corn flour. Little tip, when you're putting your corn flour in, make sure you pop it at the sides of your blades, not on top, okay? Because we don't want a chunk of corn flour on the top there not getting swirled around. A little bit of water. And we're going to cook that now for 3 minutes. So that was 5 minutes, I think another 5 minutes and 3 minutes. So this is a 13-minute cook. You'd be lucky to have time to actually even do another step in between these ones tonight. But the time saving with the Thermomix obviously is the stuff that you can get done when you don't have to be here. So I could put that on and I could actually walk away from my Thermomix completely, okay? Rightio. Shane, tell us how we're going to pay for our Thermomix. Actually, sorry, I will just answer one more question before we go. So there was a couple of questions about TM31s. So just to let everybody know, the TM31 was our model Thermomix that we had before, the very first model that came to Australia in 2001, so 24 years ago. And Thermomix are no longer repairing TM31s because Vorwerk are no longer making parts for TM31s. So it has been over 10 years since the last TM31 was sold, and that is how long Vorwerk commit to making parts and repairing Thermomixes. So someone was asking, is it worth getting my TM31 repaired? Unfortunately, very unlikely that you'll be able to, because 99% of the any repairs that need to be done need a spare part, and we just don't physically have the part. So unfortunately, we can't repair your TM31. TM5s, TM6s are going to be serviced for a long time to come. The last TM6 probably won't be sold until, I guess, June or July-ish, 25. So you'll be still getting servicing, parts and all of that until June, say 2035. Thank you, Shane. Shane just did the quick maths on that for me. 2035, okay? So, you know, you'll get lots of years out of your TM6, obviously, as well. So, and yeah, and then the only other thing was the TM7 versus the TM6. Everything that the TM6 can do, the TM7 can do, except for the cutting and the spiralizing, which I went through. So it's a bit hard to compare them at the moment, but the specifics, which they have got, I will send you the little comparison chart so you can have a little read of that, so you could probably get a better idea of that as well. Like everything, I expect that the TM7 will get better as we have it. Like when we first got the TM6, we only had a couple of modes, and then we've been constantly updated with new modes as they've become available. I suspect, and that's just my assumption, I think the TM7 will be the same. It will keep getting better for years to come as well. So, rightio, that's our sauce. So let me show you this. I'm just going to pour my sauce. Oh, look at that. Oh, sorry, Shane. I was too quick. Look at that. We're going to pour that sauce all over the veggies. I'm going to give that a good scrape, and then we'll talk about how we're going to pay for a Thermomix. So I've got a little bit of information about that as well. So we can go there for me, Shane. I can do more than one thing at a time. I can scrape and talk. I know that will surprise you. I could pretty much do anything and talk. And I even laugh at my own jokes tonight, so that's good. Radio, I've stirred that. Radio. So how are we going to pay for the Thermomix? Now, what did Anne say? Do you need to be subscribed to Cookidoo to get access to new modes for either the TM6 or TM7? That's a good question, Anne. You need to be connected to the internet. But do you need to be subscribed to Cookidoo? Will it still send you updates? I'll have to find out about that, Anne, because I don't know. Joe, do you know? I don't think so, but don't quote me. I'll find out for you, Anne, and I'll let you know. Okay, so Thermomix is $2,579. We've got lots of payment options, and I'll quickly go through those for you now. And now I'm talking about the TM6 because the payment options are different for the TM6 and TM7. So I'll do the TM7 after I do the TM6. Next slide. Thank you, Shane. Best way to get a TM6 and a TM7, so if you want to be greedy and have both, you can become a Thermomix consultant, okay? And we are looking for consultants all in our area at the moment, but all over Australia, we are on a major recruitment drive at the moment because look at this amazing deal that we've got happening. So at the moment, if you don't have a TM6, we will loan you one for free. I know, it's amazing. We'll loan you a TM6 for free. When you make your first 3 sales in your 60 days, you then own that TM6. If you are completely hopeless and you start selling and nobody buys a TM6 off you and you decide it's not for you, you can actually send that loan machine back after your 60 days, no questions asked, okay? And no one owes anybody anything. However, that's not going to happen because we're pretty good at training you and we're going to make sure that you sell lots of Thermomixes. So you sell your first 3 and you own your TM6. Then the next 6 sales that you sell go towards a free TM7. Now, the best part of the 6 sales is that you actually earn commission on those sales as well. So this is just completely an extra incentive for you. So then you've got until the end of June to sell 6 more Thermomixes and get a free TM7. We also have a buy-in, so if you only sell 5 or 4, you can pay a little bit extra and get your TM7. Once you start with us, those 6 items there, which are very, you need in your Thermomix business, you get each of those for the first 6 sales in your 60 days as a free gift, okay? And if you've already got a TM6, you can actually start just in the middle of that and just be earning a TM7. So if you've already paid for your TM6, you can use that machine. You can come on board for free again. So free business kit, free to join. And then every sale that you start making, you're earning commission on, but you're also earning a free TM7 as well as these 6 gifts. So I feel like I don't even need to go on to any of the other payment options because this is the best way to get a Thermomix of any sort at the moment. But if it's not for you, I understand. And we do have some other options. So you can use Humm Finance, just under $25 a week. Buy now, pay later. And with Humm, you just pay a $129 deposit when you start. The next one is Zip Money, and we're actually at the moment we're on 36 months interest free, and I haven't changed my slide. So we're just under $20 a week with 36 months interest free with Zip at the moment. So we've got that. And we've also got the Easy 3, which you pay $1,029 today, $800 in 30 days, and $800 the next month after as well. Now, can you go back to that slide, Shane? Because now the payment options for the TM7, again, we're going 2649, so the price has changed a little bit, and we only have the full payments available. So there won't be any, you can come back to me now, there won't be any of your Zip or Humm options available when you're pre-ordering a TM7. And the only way to guarantee that you get a TM7 in June or July-ish is to pre-order in April. So it'll go in first in best dressed with the TM7s, but they do require payment in full. So that might also be part of your decision about whether you're going to pay off a Thermomix or you're going to wait and buy a TM7. I think that's all. Let me show you my dinner. Have I done all of the slides, Shane? We'll have to have a quick check. Have I? Excellent. Do we have any other questions as well? Here's my dinner. I probably won't eat the whole lot. But there you can see that's a 2.5 litre. Thanks, Del. 2.5 litre thermo server. So the person who asked how many people that serves, quite a lot. If I was to make rice as well, that would go even further. So that could feed quite a few people. It says 4, but I think that would even be more like, that would be a big serve if we were having that with something else. So I'm just having it by itself because I think it's a well balanced meal with the chicken and the veg. So I'm just eating it by itself. Any other questions for me? I'm going to pre-clean my Thermomix now, so I'm going to pop a bit of water in here. Shane's excited because I always forget to do the pre-clean and he always has to do the washing up. So he's happy that I've decided to do pre-clean tonight. Pre-clean, no, that's rice cooker. What am I doing? Pre-clean, where are you? There, looks like rice cooker. And I'm just going to say it's universally dirty tonight, so not too dirty. And then that will be right to go in the dishwasher. And of course, all of your bits and pieces for the Thermomix all go straight in your dishwasher. So that I don't have hardly any washing up. This is all the washing up I've got. I did use my cutter. But yes. Oh, Anne says she's absolutely loving the pre-clean function. Excellent. It makes it very easy to wash up, doesn't it? If you give it a pre-clean. Love it. Rightio, guys, that's the end of our demo. I will send you the information so that you can have a look at that comparison chart tomorrow. But if you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to myself or to Jo, your consultant. We're always very happy to chat anything Thermomix. And thanks so much for joining us. Bye for now. No problems, Jo.